Evening everyone, hope everyone's doing well. So just a bit of a random live, so if you're not watching it live I apologise, but we're just out in the filter shed having a cup of tea and I thought I would just come on live. I've got a few water tests to do. Probably the main reason why I've come on live is just to let people know I'm going to the event tomorrow, Southwest Koi. I'm hoping a lot of you can join me there. It'd be nice to see you there. And yeah, I thought I would just come on live to say hello, see who we got in the house. And to be honest with you, I was just checking to see if like the live systems actually work through my filter shed. I don't know if they'll blur out to you guys or if you see like a continued video, I'm not really sure, but we're just having a bit of a look. Right buddy, glad I caught you. Happy days mate, how you doing James? Good evening. Yeah, so I thought I'd just come out, have a bit of a cup of tea, bit of a catch up with you guys, see what's happening. Greetings from California. Happy days mate, how are you doing? Just so you're aware mate, you're not alone. I'm 16 months sober now. Well done mate, happy days. Yeah, I've just passed the 120 days, so I'm not quite as far as that, but doing well. I'm feeling a lot better myself. Evening all, just watching your last video. Cheers Scrags. Yeah, a bit of an interesting video that was, really, the live, not the live, but the video I just put out, really. Just a bit of some of the problems that I've had this week. The fish tank with the heater blowing up. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but yeah, with the heater blowing up in the fish tank, that there was quite scary, really, because it could have shattered the whole back of the glass of the tank as well, and Mrs. Whisperer would have been not best impressed. Glad to have you back on YouTube. Cheers buddy, thanks for that. I'm really enjoying being back on the old tube as well. Evening mate, how you doing mate? Giacomotos. Hope I said it right this time. I believe I have. I hope I have. But yeah, really, I'm just out here testing to see if it works in the filter shed, because what I was planning to do, I'm always getting asked how I do stuff, how stuff works, what it all is about, and I just hope that it works out here, because then I can show you guys a little bit easier. So yeah, happy days. Evening, bud from, what's that, Tom from Florida, should I say. Happy days mate. Joe Rose, evening mate. Yeah, hopefully we'll get a nice little turnout in here tonight. But I'm super looking forward to tomorrow morning. So me and Mrs. Whisperer up nice and early, heading down to Southwest Koi. Gonna spend the whole day there. Can't wait to get there. Just have a bit of a chat with everyone, the people that can make it, that are going. The event's taking place all day. I'm really looking forward to it, and hopefully, weather depending on that temperature on the old pond and everything. £8 fish tomorrow. Yeah, that was the darts match last weekend, wasn't it? But yeah, hopefully if the weather's right, I'll be able to bring home me karaoke that I'm after. I think that's how you say it, I'm not exactly sure. I struggles with English guys, let alone Japanese, you know what I'm saying? That's why obviously when people talk about the beni, the sumi and all the different Japanese terms, I mean, in my mind, I just say it how it is, like the black and the red. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm English. I mean, granted, if that's what you want to go down and speak about all of those type of things, and you can understand it, happy days. I understand it in this language. Do you know what I'm saying? I do say about the beni and the sumi and different types of koi or Japanese sort of words, how they say it, what it means. But I find a lot of people new to keeping koi, and especially myself, I struggle with English, so I just keep it English. Do you know what I mean? With the scalation patterns, where the black meets over the red and the red meets over the black, and the scale pattern, the shimmies and the chamois, or whatever you want to call them. I like saying how it is. But each to your own. Do you know what I mean? I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying you can't do it that way, because if you know it and understand it, happy days. But if you don't, and you think, what does that actually mean? If you just say it what it means, then it makes it a lot more easier to understand. But yeah, I thought I would just come and say hello, but yeah, I'm buzzing about tomorrow, to be fair. Looking forward to that. We got Tom, evening pal, commented on today's video not so long ago regarding the tongue and groove, the timbers across the section above, just screw them up, one screw. Yeah, so for the people that has seen that video, it's always harder to make out in the video, I suppose, like what, sorry, got indigestion already. Yeah, it's always harder to make out in the videos what it actually is looking like through the camera. So I personally believe, for the people that haven't seen it, so the tongue and groove that I've got on the top of the pond, like facing down where I've got the down lights into it, when I first put that up in place, I left the 2 vents hoses in, I put in place, going up through the structure of the pond. I'm getting a lot of heat build up trapped in between there, and the tongue and groove that I used, it really was just super thin. I mean, it's not even, is it internal stuff, or it's not external, or whatever they call it. It's not meant to go outdoors. Obviously I whacked a load of Sandtex paint on it, thinking that it would help it out a little bit. It's just really warped. It's a hell of a misshaped, and I've over the past couple of years, to be honest with you guys, I have patched it up in places, I've pinned it up in places. I've put little tiny air holes in it, like little 8mm drill bits, because I didn't want everyone to see it. It glows up like a complete eyesore for me. When I walk out in the garden, it just glows up, and it just got to the stage where I wanted to share it with everyone, let everyone know what you see on the videos is not always prim and proper all of the time. It's down to wear and tear, I believe. Obviously, it wasn't good enough for the job, really. I mean, time I got to the end stage of the pond build, when I done that, the budget was pretty much ran out. So I just done something to patch it in. It cost me just under £100 to do all of the timber all the way up through, and it's only 4mm tongue and groove. It's really too thin for the job, and the length that it is as well, it hasn't helped the situation. Across the face of the pond, underneath where I've got the down lights, where I'm standing, for instance, that we're only talking, I think 24 inches in length or something like that it is. Well, those bits all the way up through, they haven't warped at all. There's nothing wrong with them whatsoever. It's just the pure length that I've done. When I fitted it, I made sure that I'd done a banging job on it. I cut it as tight as I possibly could. I put wood filler along the edges if there was I cut it so there was no gaps, but I've done it as best as I could, and I've just had a few troubles with it, and it's just down to the heat. Obviously in the summer, for how hot that roof gets, it just obviously with the temperature, you got the mist, you got all the different elements, haven't you, outside in the garden. And I personally believe what I should have done when I fitted it, I should have probably lowered it down a little bit to allow airflow underneath the noggins, to make sure that it wouldn't have happened, or even used a better tongue and groove. To be honest, the tongue and groove that I wanted to put up there was like 18mm thick. I could have got a decent solid fixing on it, but each length was crazy money. And I was thinking it's going to cost me, like, it was just the quote that I had at the time when the price of wood just went up for the 18mm thick tongue and groove. I mean, that's going like overboard as well, how thick it was. It was just under 400 quid, and I thought, I ain't really got, and this was at the time, now I certainly haven't got that, but at the time I haven't got the money to do it. I'll just put this under, this will be alright, this will do the job, and it's done alright for the time being, but I'm just going to do something now. I'm going to replace it, something to do this year, bit of a DIY job. If I didn't have those downlights in there, what I really wanted on the pond, I wouldn't have even bothered putting anything there. I'd have just kept the structure of the noggins, the frame, the structure, what you can see, because I'd done a good job on that. It looked tidy. I would have just painted that underneath and just had a couple lights hanging down from it. But I always got to do something a little bit different than so I thought I would do this. But I am thinking about maybe pricing up what it would cost to use like plastic sheets. There was a few comments that I read about using some plastic sheets, or like bathroom sheets, I think they are. Something for me to look into, something that I don't have to rush into straight away, but I can look into that. So got a decent depth fixing with screws. What was that? It's mixed. I missed some comments here, guys. Let me just catch up. James, what about using plastic tongue and groove like they use in patios, extensions and moderate? Yeah, so yeah, that's basically what I'm thinking of using, something like that. But it all costs mega money, doesn't it? I'm gonna think about. I'll get a price of that, what it is. For time being, I've got those green sheets that I want to go, or green fences, should I say, or whatever they're called. They're like fake fences. I got them. Wife bought them for me off Amazon. She managed to get double packs. It worked out £15 a pack. It was some special offer she had through Amazon, and I thought, well, that will give me something to play around with. I'm thinking behind the back of the showers, I can put like a little stud frame at the back of it, something to pin it against. Instead of just seeing the two showers at the back, I can put it so it's like visual. Looking at it, you can see that all of the green and then the shower. And I'm just going to have a play around with it and see what it looks like. If it doesn't look very good, then I ain't going to keep it there. But I thought, for how cheap they were, gives me something to have a play around with, and I might be able to make slight improvements to the pond, or just for visual look at it. One thing I've noticed with the black roof that I've got, it's really difficult to film. If I'm ever holding the camera and the sunlight's in a different way, I think how black it is underneath the pond, how dark it is underneath the pond. Sometimes in the videos it makes like the contrast in the filming, and I'm not a professional at using a camera, of getting the right, lens, focal point, or whatever you got to do to make it look like you're not exposure on your face is not glowing up pink. So I don't think that's helping by being as black as what it is underneath there either. So I'm thinking having the green background along the back, that will help the camera out a little bit as well, just so I can visual on the fish a little bit easier as well for you guys, because I do want to try to improve my videoing skills. I want to improve my editing skills as well, because I believe that's what makes a good channel. It makes good content. If you can start, especially myself, if I can start learning a little bit more about doing that, I'm hoping it will make a little bit better content, because it's a skill in itself, really. I take my hat off to some of the people that, it really does take a lot of skill to make sure setting up the camera in the right place. And I've started using a bit more lighting as well, with like the ring lights and stuff like that you can get to help with videoing, and that's pretty much what you got to do, really, going down that line of improving the video skills and stuff like that. And I'm just learning and playing around with it and quite enjoying it, to be honest with you. But who have we got in the house tonight then? Let's have a... Tom, cheapest would be 12mm OSB and paint it, mate. Yeah, so that would work, wouldn't it? I mean, that's pretty much what I've got up here now. So if you have a look on the roof up there, that's what I've done up here. Obviously, you've got the groove line in it. You can't really notice that, but I've done exactly the same up here. It works fine in my filter shed, you know what I mean? And it's the same roof, so all the way back through the pond, from here all the way back is one solid roof. This is what I put up here, and it's worked a treat. So that might be an idea that I could do that as well. At the time, I just had tongue and groove in my head. I saw got a quote for this deer stuff, and I saw this other stuff in B&Q, and I was like, you know what it's like, you think you're going to get a bargain, and then what happens? You buy cheap, you buy twice, and that's what's happened with me. But I wanted to share that with you guys, and then obviously for the people that haven't seen the video that come out tonight, the key on my shed, that was a nightmare. So, and that's down to the wood swelling up and everything. Normally all I got to do this time of year is just put a fraction bit of pressure on the door, and just turn the key. During the summer, no issues whatsoever, I can just turn the key. But I have been being a bit lazy, and I've been leaving the key in the door, so the key's been exposed to the elements, and I suppose that's down to me just coming out here to the filter shed, thinking to myself, it's all cameraed up, there's nothing really in this shed what people can nick, and if they do want to nick it, I'm insured. And I've got cameras in the garden all over the place. My location where I live, I mean, who wants to come and nick fish? The stuff what people can take out, the drum filter and the bio units full of water. I mean, someone would, be able to drain it out. My alarm's already going off. my camera's already going off. You know what I mean? It's like I'm already here, and the biggest advantage of it is that when I put this stuff in, like the drum filter, the only way of getting this out is by taking the door off. You know what I mean? And the way I put that door on, he ain't coming off no, what's the word? Anytime soon. Do you know what I mean? It would take me half a day just to take the door off, because it was that tight. I built this filter shed that tight that you it ain't coming out. Do you know what I mean? So I've been being a bit lazy by leaving the key in. End of the story. What I'm getting at is that I twisted the key and just whoop, and he just snapped on the end. I was gutted because I ain't got a spare key, and it's the type of key I don't think you can get cut either. I'm not even sure, so I might be able to get one cut, I don't know, but for time being I'm getting into my shed with this. That's how I roll at the moment. Greets from Netherlands, James. Happy days. You likes it tight. Yeah, you know it, mate. That was when I was doing the plumbing, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean? When you guys saw me doing the plumbing on the pond. That was, I really enjoyed making those videos, to be fair. Like the pond build, a lot of people give me a lot of stick over it about, like, this is a family channel, you shouldn't be saying things like that. But when I make my content, I specifically put out there that it's not for age under 18. Like, do you know what I mean? So I don't talk completely dirty in it or anything like that. I just have a little bit of banter, a little bit of fun. And I don't say anything in those sort of contents, but I say it in the way that you can understand what I'm on about, just for a bit of fun. That's all it is, just a bit of fun. But like I've said many a times before, you can never be everyone's cup of tea. And if you say one thing wrong, people just don't like you for it. And that's how it is in this way in times and all the rest of it. But I'm really looking forward to. Is there anyone on the live tonight that that's going to Southwest Koi tomorrow? Anyone going to be joining me there tomorrow? Yes, mate. Scrag, happy days. Looking forward to meeting you, mate. You and Phil, and that's coming in it, and Aid, the koi keeper, I believe. He's coming as well. Got me koi t-shirt on as well, look. So tomorrow, if anyone is coming, I got a couple of these. Who else is coming? Big Al's coming as well. Happy days. Yeah, I got a couple of mugs that I'm bringing like this. These are going to be on a free raffle up there. I've got a couple of t-shirts I'm bringing, pens, books. I'm just chucking them in the raffle, and the raffle's completely free. Obviously, Dave, the owner at Southwest Koi, he's supplying a load of koi food, bits and pieces, just as a little gesture, really, more than anything, because it's a sort of unplanned, quick decision, quick turnaround. I'm going up there myself to pick up a fish. I realised that there was a sale on up there. I asked Dave if I could invite people up there. Basically, the idea is to show or share with you guys that there's a sale on, really, more than anything. I'm not profiting anything from it myself. The main reason why I'm looking forward to it is actually meeting some people, meeting some like-minded people that really enjoy the hobby, and just to have a koi chat, a bit of fun, you know, a bit of a social at the same time, a bit of a catch-up with people that I haven't caught up with over the years, people that supported me, supported the channel, and it's just a nice thing for me. I'm really looking forward to it, to meeting everyone, to be fair. Sharpie's koi, not this time, mate, but one day I'm definitely coming. Is the sale fish and dry goods? So it's, I know for a fact it's definitely all of the fish, and then there is a load of dry goods and filters and stuff like that. I'm not 100% sure on how much filters that he's got on sale, but I have been told that what's Brizzle Koi Rit? Oi oi, you handsome bastard. Behave your language, son. But yeah, so I have been told that he's got a sale on a lot of stuff, but Dave's a real genuine bloke. I ain't gonna lie to you, when I went up and bought some food myself, you know, he's not in the business or in the game to rip anybody off. He's a real genuine bloke, and he's basically told me that he runs that place up there because it's his hobby. He's not doing it for the money. Obviously he's in business, he's a businessman, but as long as he covers his overheads, he just wants to make sure the shop runs as such, and that is his hobby. He's retired as such. It's what he really enjoys. Sorry bro, I'll tame it down, hope you're well. No, you don't have to tame it down on this channel, mate. It's gone past 9 o'clock, mate. You know what I mean? You can say whatever you like on this channel. As long as you don't start mugging me off, and then I'll have to take you off with a spanner. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, what's everyone been up to today? I didn't finish work myself until 3 o'clock this afternoon. Bit of a late one, normally home by about 1:30, but time we got cleared up today, and we had one of the lads leaving, so say goodbyes and shake the hands and everything. Square root of 0. But yeah, real looking forward to tomorrow, to be honest with you. Nothing at all, mate. Yeah, a lot of people, I suppose, it's still that time of year, isn't it? It's a bit cold, bit dark, bit miserable still. It's still hard to get out there in the pond and you know, do your DIY jobs or just spend a bit of time in the garden. Went and saw a guy about polythene. Oh, polytunnel. I thought I said polythene then, it's my eyesight, innit? Polytunnel. Oh, there's something good to look forward to then. So what are you thinking? Doing yourself sort of like a grow on or something, is it? Or just having a indoor sort of koi pond area? I've noticed there's a lot of koi keepers that are doing that now as well. They're, you know, just venturing out, having a bit more. Tracy Webber. Hi James, how are you doing? I'm doing fantastic, thank you very much. Frosty up here this morning. Yeah, it was, to be fair. If we didn't have the rain here this morning, I was a bit worried about the pond temperatures, because I've been holding like 12 degrees nearly all week, and last night the temperatures must have just gone down a little bit. Obviously I'm planning to pick up a fish tomorrow, and I don't really want to take a chance. If my pond temperature don't creep up tonight, obviously air temperature outside, it is being stable, it's holding the sort of same temperature all night. But if my pond temperature drops any more than 9 degrees, with his pond temperatures up there at 12, I won't be prepared to bring the fish home. If it stays at 9, then I'll be prepared to bring it home. I know I can deal with a 3 degrees different. It's not going to be a massive problem. There's a lot of people out there who would tell me not to, but I've done it before in the past. And as long as I take a long enough time of, you know, doing the acclimatization or whatever you want to call it, the transport from getting to his place to my place in the car, I'm losing that 12 degrees slightly anyway. And yeah, I've done it before in the past and I've not had an issue. I'm not telling everyone that it can be done or should be done, but I've never personally had an issue with doing it myself. Anything more than 3 degrees out, I wouldn't want to play around with. And obviously if his pond was heated, and you're talking 15, 16 degrees, then it is quite a big shock for the fish. But a couple of degrees people say bring it down half a degree a day and stuff like that, which you can do. That is the better way of doing it, without a doubt it is. But it can be done. 3 degrees different can be done. His ponds up Southwest Koi, they are ambient temperature, but they are indoors. So the difference of obviously all of his filtration, all of his drum filters, all of his bio units, they're all outside. Do you know what I mean? It's none of for the people that did ask this in the videos, they all ask where's his filtration for his ponds and stuff like that. Well, all of his ponds are indoors in this unit as such, which there's no heat into the unit. Not as far as I'm aware, there's not. But all of his, like all of the filters, the drums, all of the bio units, they're all outdoors. Whether that's down to, I mean, I'm not 100% sure why that is. I can't answer that. I've only been there once myself. I might ask that tomorrow. But you know, that's partly the reason why the ponds at ambient temperature is the water's going outside. It's getting cold. Do you know what I mean? So it might be just down to, obviously, I don't really know why. I can't answer that. I don't know why he's got them outside. Because they're not even outside it undercover. They're just, what I've seen of it, they're just outside. All in one sort of place. Like all of his pipelines are in one place. But it's a hell of a little place. Well, not I say little, it's massive. But it's a hell of a place he's got up there. And I'm really looking forward to going back up there tomorrow. And he's got some real quality fish up there too. Gutted I can't make it on Sunday. Really wanted to meet Mrs. Whisperer. Yeah, that's a shame, mate, isn't it? Because you could have brought your missus as well. I could have said hello at the same time. Only banter, mate. But honestly, on a serious note, I would like to get on the bank with you one day. If you want to ever just meet up and do a bit of carp fishing or something like that. Do a 24, 48 hour. Well up for doing something like that. I know you're into your carp fisherman. I mean, I wouldn't want to show you up or anything, mate. You know what I mean? Like, if I catch as a decent one or whatever like that, you know what I mean? I would let you pick it up and take a picture if you needed to take a picture to show your mates or anything like that. You know what I mean? I could do that for you. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing well anyway. I thought I'd just come out to say hello, see what was happening. And to be fair, what's the actual picture like as well with the lights? Because I know sometimes with the light, I know it's a bit late me asking this now, but sometimes with the LED light it starts flickering and flashing and stuff like that. So I'm not really sure how that works, if it's flicking or flashing. Fine here, Giacomatos, happy days. We was going to have a game of darts with the kids tonight again, but we just finished watching, I don't know if anyone else has seen it, but the old school days of Gladiators. Can you remember that? Gladiator. So they got a new series on at the moment, and how my Saturdays have changed to what it was compared to what I'm doing now as such. Just enjoying it with the family, like old school TV. And they got a new series on them, and me and both my boys both like watching it. It's something fun. Reminds me of the old days of the Wolf and all that lot. You know what I mean? I don't know if any of you guys have seen it or anything like that. But it is about the only thing that I do watch on TV. Hello Jane from Canada, Chris here. Really love the pond. I think you should build a roof like a proper carport with 3/4 with the roof. Excuse my spelling. Well, I can't say anything like that, but can't say anything about the spelling, mate, because I can't even read myself. I'm dyslexic, so I try my best. What's Tom Ritt? Jet. Yeah, she was one, wasn't she? Oh, Jet. Hell of a gladiator she was. Mark, little bird love there makes me laugh. For next week. Jet was well fit. Yeah, they were the days. To be fair, it's quite good back in the day watching it, and I'd sort of like just brought a few memories back to me to show the kids like what it used to be like, winding them up. And we got right into this one now. It's just a bit of fun more than anything. Just something to watch on a Saturday. But it just relates to how different my Saturdays are now. Because, I mean, from what I was doing prior before, I mean, just a whole change of life, a whole mindset. Just, to be fair, just doing normal living family stuff now. Which I'm loving at the moment. And I've really missed out on it. Hey, here from Florida, I used to watch the show when I was a kid. Happy days. It was good. But yeah, they've got it back on TV at the moment, a new series of it, and it's just got to the semi-finals. Hunter was back. My mum worked in manager's son. Met him a few times. Happy days. Phil, hiya mate. How you doing? So when I decide to go live on these videos, I don't know if you guys are already flipping through YouTube or what's happening or what you're up to, or if you just get a notification saying that I've come on. Paul's in the house. How you doing, brother? Will you be attending Southwest Koi tomorrow? Be nice if I was going to meet a few people tomorrow. Time for me to hit the hay. Have a wonderful evening, guys. Have a good one, mate. Check out Brizzle Koi. Look at that self advertisement on me channel. Happy days, mate. But yeah, do go and check him out. He does carp fishermen as well. My boy's Koi. Good evening. How you doing, brother? I hear you got plenty of things going on, mate. Loads of different things getting set up, I've heard of, and I do try to keep up with everything, really, mate. See what's going on. I will have to pop up and see you one day. Be nice to have a catch up. Unfortunately not. Be with me mum at hospital. Oh, sorry to hear about that, Paul. Hopefully she's hopefully it's what's something to say? Yeah, sorry to hear about that, Paul, mate. All the best. Send all the best wishes to your mum as well from me. Not that I know her personally or know you personally, but it's never nice when your parents are in hospital. Scott Saunders, hi mate. Can't make tomorrow as I'm plastering course again. No worries, buddy. We'll have to catch up at some point. Evening, Danny. Loads going on, mate. I've been meaning to drop you a message. Will do after the weekend, mate. Yeah, happy days. If you drop us a message though, get us on Insta, mate, because my wife's running that, and obviously with YouTube and my phone number, I haven't put that out live. But if you want to have a chat, obviously if you got my phone number or anything like that, whoever I give me phone number to at the moment, I like to keep it private and personal, really. So it's easier to get hold of me on Instagram than I can give you my number as such. Do it that way. Last time when I done it, I put my number out on YouTube a couple of times, and then you just get random people ringing you middle of the night, all times of day, and it just done me head in. I think because it wasn't like a business phone or a works phone, it was just literally a well, it's my own personal phone, and it was a mistake that I made, really. Same with my email address. When I put my email address in, like for business inquiries and things like that in the YouTube channel, like it recommends you to do, I have people constantly sending me emails saying, can you show this? Can you show this? Can you do this? If we send it to you, can you show it? And it was like, if it doesn't relate anything to do with fish keeping, then no, I will not send it. Do you know what I mean? One person tried sending me ladies' boots. Like, why do I want to show that on my koi channel? What the hell is you wouldn't believe the amount of people that contact you when your videos start, like when you start gaining a few subscribers and your videos start doing well. You wouldn't believe the amount of people that get hold of you constantly and offer you like contracts to show and advertise different things. I mean, I've done it once with Y Food, like a drinks bottle, and it was you know, I done it for the pure fact that they advertised it to me. I did actually like it myself. I didn't go ahead and buy any more. I used up what I got sent. I didn't buy any more myself, but they offered me a decent amount of money for 60 seconds in a video, and it helped pay towards finishing off my pond. That's part of the reason why I done it. and I think anyone else would as well, to be honest with you, if you got offered something like that. But it was every day that people were offering me stuff, and it was only because the channel was, the content was getting loads of views, and people out there try sending you stuff to show it and advertise it, and you can take it. There's a lot of people that don't like it, which is granted. There's a lot of people that get jealous over it, that, you know, why are you doing that, I wouldn't do that and all that. But until you're in the situation when you get offered to do it, then you have to make up your decision. Like, you're saying you're not doing it now, but would you do it if you got offered it? And I had to make that decision, and I've just stopped my email address, and it's all gone, because I don't want it on there. Like, I don't want to, the only things that I want to be showing is stuff that I'm willing to buy myself, or show, you know. I have got an Amazon wish list. I've got that because people wanted me to put it there. That's the same again. I've had a bit of stick off for that as well, but I've not been banging on about it or asking people to send me stuff. It's people choosing to. And like today with the pond window, I didn't even have that on my list, but someone chose to send it to me, to share it with me, and I can't thank them enough for it. It's an absolute great idea. I'm well happy with it. This one right here. So I'm not sure how much it cost. I don't even know. I've been trying to search for it on Amazon. I don't know what it's called, but you can get replaceable pads for it. It's got no information on it whatsoever to say what it is, but Adrian, that he's called, one of my subscribers, very kindly sent this to me, and he must have clicked on one of my Amazon links, and with the link that you can purchase anything you want and send it directly to me. It's a lot of the American people do it, a lot of the American content creators that I've been watching, they've got it all on their channel, and to be fair, I sort of, like, this is a great idea. Like the extendable pole, I can use it for cleaning anything on the pond, like the pond window. I can get it down the drum filter, down the side. It's such a unique bit of equipment, which is so great that Adrian sent it to me, and he's basically said in his message for me to share it with you guys. And I think that's just a nice coy gesture. Granted, yes, he has give it to me, and he has paid for it out of his own money, and it's very thoughtful of him. But the reason why he did it is because he wanted to share the idea with all of you guys, and the power of, like, the Whisperer, should I say, or the channel, with your guys' support by watching it, that I can share it amongst more people that's interested in the hobby. I've got a very similar product for the pond window. Yeah, and I think there's so many different ideas out there that not seen or like not shared, and it's like, obviously, if you watch a few people's channels, or there's a few koi channels out there nowadays, because when I first started this channel off, there was very, very minimal people in, what's this, trans women or woman, don't get what you mean. James, you getting up here for any shows this year? I'm going to try to, same again, location, I'm going to try to get to some. I'm definitely going to make more of an effort this year. I'm more keen to go and see people. I'm not sure how the shows work with filming now. I know a lot of people had a lot of stick. Was it the BKKS show or something like that? They're not filming it or showing it or something like that. You get the course. Yeah, I mean, stuff like that. Going back to the actual channel itself, when I first made this channel, when I wanted to do it, I think part of the reason why my channel's done quite well, because I put a lot of effort into the channel. Cheers for that, mate, deleting that comment. Yeah, I put a lot of effort into this channel, and to start with, it was hard work trying to get the channel to build up. And I was, apart from there was Righty doing it, I don't know if a lot of you guys follow his channel, make his own drum filters and stuff like that. He was doing it. Forget his name now. Window cleaner bloke. What was he called again? What was he called? He hadn't been on for ages. I filmed at 4 shows and visited last year, never got told I couldn't, mate. No, I wasn't saying that you couldn't film at the shows. I thought there was a bit of stick over one of them. Is it the BKS or something like that? There was something I don't know what it was. It's only what I heard off of another channel. But yeah, basically, like when I first done this channel, there wasn't as many people doing it, and now there's so many people doing the koi channels and coming up with new ideas and different ideas. And I think to make a channel a little bit unique, you got to be a little bit different to everyone else. You got to do something a little bit different to everyone else. And little ideas like this, where people sharing ideas, I think it's great. I really think it's great for the hobby. Really, it's really good to get everyone into the hobby. More people that we can get into this hobby, the better. My ambition this year is to get as many new people into the hobby as possible. It's always off-putting. I think it's one of the hardest hobbies to get into, because the not knowing what to do to start with. So many different opinions on this hobby of what you can do and what you can't do, what you should do and what you shouldn't do. I think it's really hard to understand the hobby to start with. And I think I'm here and I'm gonna just like say, look, everyone's telling you that you need to do all of these things and this is what you need to do, but actually you don't. Like, you know what I mean? What you need to do is enjoy and have enjoyment from the hobby. Have something that puts a smile on your face from the hobby. Yes, at times it can be stressful if something's going wrong, but 9 times out of 10, something only goes wrong because your water's not quite right. And understanding what's not quite right is very difficult when you're learning, when you're new to the hobby. There's a lot of people probably watching now that you know, you've been into fish keeping for a long time. You understand what's going on. You know what's wrong with the water before, just by looking at your fish. There's a lot of people that know those signs and experienced it, because the only way that you know is because you've done it or dealt with it yourself over the years of experience. But the people that's new to the hobby, the ones that are asking for help, the ones that really need to know and understand, soon as they do ask, they get bombarded, and it just puts people off the hobby. And it's like, well, I'm not about that. Do you know what I mean? If someone, the amount of time that I put in to try to, like, with messages that people send me on Instagram, on YouTube, and I say, look, just contact me. I'm not an expert. I cannot give you exact guidance, but what I can do is I can help suggest situations that I've done in the past, which I've come across, or things that I've learned or dealt with, that I can give you my time and day to help you with. And I don't charge. A lot of people think that I'm in it for just the money, and it's absolute bollocks. I do it because I love the hobby. Do you know what I mean? I really enjoy the hobby, and if I can help someone in the hobby, it makes me happy. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely makes me happy. That window cleaner pad is from a company called OXO. They do loads of stuff, James. Right, so that's a bit of information. So where the hell does it say OXO on it? Well, I can't see no OXO on it, but if that's a bit of information where it's from, I was hoping Adrian has seen the video and comments on it. Yeah, then I'll put it there. Are you going to get more koi? I hope if you do, you don't have problems. Yeah, so I'm planning to pick one up tomorrow, to be fair with you. I'm really looking forward to it. Temperatures stay the same and I hold temperature. Sorry guys, that was a bit of a yawn then. Hey James, great to see you back and love the videos. Cheers mate, appreciate that. But I think that's one thing for any content creators out there that follow me. Tomorrow if you're there and you want to ask me any information about YouTube, about anything like that, like for one, when people ask me, can I have a shout out? Shout outs do not work, right? They just do not work. People will only follow you if they like your content, what you produce, down to what videos you produce. People only follow you if they get something from your video, and shout outs don't work in my opinion. I've never asked for a shout out my whole time on YouTube. I've never asked for one at all. The thing that works on YouTube is your first 60 seconds of your video. This is what I believe myself personally. Might be right, might be wrong, but it's working for me. The first 60 seconds of your video is the most important. If you can put any information that you want to give out through that video in that first 60 seconds, then put it in the first 60 seconds. And I know there's a lot of people that's not even got a YouTube channel, but it's just information that I'm just sharing real quickly. If you're thinking about doing one, go ahead and do it. But what you got to do is the first 60 seconds is the most important, because you got to think yourself like anything on TV. If you put a movie on and you don't get interested in the first 60 seconds, you ain't going to continue to watch it, and then you flip off and go somewhere else. And it's the same as if you're walking out your front door to your shed. You don't want to be seeing every single footstep till you get to your shed. You want to go from there to there really quickly. So the editing skills come into it, and I am nowhere near a pro at editing or anything like that. I'm just a hobbyist of doing it myself, but that's just a bit of information that I want to share, because I always get asked, can I have a shout out? Oxo good grips, extendable tub and tile scrubber multi. So that's exactly what it's for, is it? But we're cool. To be fair, right, now I've shown this on the channel, right, and you guys here are watching this now. Now this has been shown on the channel, I guarantee you, right, within the next 12 months, there'll be a fish keeper design, or one of the big manufacturers will put their name on this. They'll do exactly the same thing, and they'll put their name on it, just here. And then you'll see them in, like, at the moment it'll be X amount of money, but time they put their koi tax on it, it'll go up 500%. You guarantee you. I've seen stuff that I've showed before on the channel, and the next thing you know, you see it in the fish shop. But the amount of companies that get hold of me constantly about, would you like to show this product? Would you like to share this product? And I'm like, no, it's nothing to do with fish. I'm not interested. And it's all down to views as well. Like when you're trying to build a channel as well, subscribers doesn't mean anything on a channel. Like they do to me, like you guys watching me, but what I'm getting at, the number that you see on someone's channel doesn't mean anything. What it means is views that you're getting on each video. That's what means something. Because one bloke might have, for instance, I don't know, you might have 1 million subscribers, but you might have had one video that blew up, and you might have people that's never ever watched any of your video, but they've just hit the subscribe button. But some videos that you put out there, that they'll create a video, they got 1 million subs and they get 100 views on a video. It's like, well, you know what I mean? In my head, that don't balance up right. You should be getting the same amount of views as what you're getting subscribers. And if you're not, if it's that far different, like it ain't what it. You need to concentrate on your content a little bit more, of how you're editing it, whatever it is. Crafty Koi, can I get a shout out? Of course you can, mate, but like I was just saying, shout outs don't work, mate. They just really don't work. The amount of people that think that and another thing as well what don't work, do you know when, and I got to admit, when I was in the early days, when I was at like 200, 300, 400 subs, just going round to other people's videos and commenting straight away to hope that someone else sees your comment to go over and click on their video. That you might gain a few subscribers by doing that, but it really don't work that much either. The amount of people that do it then and they think that that's what's working, it's like it doesn't work. But Crafty, you can have a shout out, mate. To be fair, Crafty, I'm going to come up and see you at some point, and I'll give you a proper shout out if you like. I use a swimming pool brush to clean my windows. Takes 2 minutes. I was taking the piss, mate. Yeah, I know you was. But I've been using the brush, the old, what's it called? I've got the squeegee on it at the moment, but I've been using this one as well myself, up and down, and it does take 2 minutes, and I've used it since I've been starting. Well, since and I ain't gonna lie, the person I got that idea from was Eden Koi Pond. That his idea of, like, he done a video, got it off eBay. That exact yellow brush was 15 quid, I believe, and it come with 2 heads. It works a treat. Don't get me wrong, it does work, but I was finding the longer periods of time, especially over the winter where I wasn't cleaning the pond window as much, I found I was getting a build up of like algae on there, like real, like thicker stuff down in the corner. That the brush, I would go over it with the brush and it would look like I got it all off, and then I'd sit back thinking that it's all done, and I'd see a little bit on it and I'd think, oh, fuck's sake, I've left a bit. So then that was pissing me off. So what I thought, right, I'll use one of these things, which is the old tank scrapers or glass scrapers, which that gets everything off without a doubt. That doesn't leave nothing on there. But the problem with that, it takes a lot longer, and without the pole being on it, you get a freezing cold hand. Same again, it does work. I'm not saying that it doesn't, but I don't recommend people buying them. One thing that worked an absolute treat was this thing. This thing really impressed me. Don't get me wrong, the brush does work up and down, but this thing really impressed me. Like the effort of like just how quick it is to pop it out and open, and the leverage you can put behind it. I think the flexibility on this head on the top, it's just the way forward. Do you know what I mean? Without a doubt. You know when you get impressed, and I'm not saying ditch your brush and go and buy this, but what I'm saying is people that hasn't bought a brush, buy this instead, because this is just works a lot easier. That's all I'm getting at. Where are we to? Paul. Google 4-inch drainage bugs. You missed a question I asked. Where have I missed? I use swimming pool brush. Crafty, I'll accept your Facebook request. Need to catch up with you. You missed. Does that not scratch the glass, James? This here doesn't scratch the glass, and this here doesn't scratch the glass either. I wouldn't, to be fair, you can buy new blades for it. I wouldn't use, if this blade was dented and it wasn't a complete straight edge, then maybe I wouldn't use it. But no, it specifically says on the packet. Where are we to? That one there, it's a proper, it's designed for it. It says on the pack that, where is it to? You drift easily from your aquarium glass, blah blah blah. I did read somewhere on there where it says it won't scratch your glass. Can't see it now. But yeah, I don't recommend that anyway. This thing I do. Game channel, thanks for that. What if I missed out on? I feel like I've missed out on something. But yeah, Crafty, I'm definitely gonna pop up and see you as well at the moment. Because are you running the place where you're to at the moment? I forgot what it's called, top of my head. But you managing it, or you just? I'm not sure what's actually happening there. I've got to catch up on a bit really, because I've been out of the game for a bit. But it'd be good to come up and meet you anyway. I followed your channel for a while. Perfect Aquatics, that's it. Because a lot of is all of the fish supplied from Koi Wholesale, Perfect Aquatics, or do you get them from elsewhere as well? But one thing it is surprising the amount of, I don't know if everyone follows everyone, the amount of let me just read this a minute. Not sure if you got any advice, but I'm trying to figure out the main drain on my 8 foot by 3 foot on the top of my pre-existing contracts. Hey, not sure if you got any advice, but I'm trying to figure out the main drain on my 8 by 8 by 3 on top of a pre-existing. Don't quite get what you mean, mate. I'm sure, are you the person that asked me about what size air pump that you want to run in your spin drifter? Because if you did, I did reply to your comment. One thing I was going to mention, if anyone asks me a question, I do reply to a lot of people on YouTube, but I don't know if your channel is the same as mine. If you ever log on to your, like using YouTube with your laptop, your notification comes through if I reply to your comment. But if you use your phone and type a comment on my YouTube channel and I reply to you, and I've noticed it myself on my behalf, some comments you don't get notified that I've replied to you. I don't know if, like, if you go back and check, like go into the video, go back, find where your comment is, you can see that I've put a little love art next to it, or you can see that I've replied to it, but sometimes you don't get notified that I've replied to you unless you log on through your laptop or computer. Crafty Boys, koi from koi wholesale and direct from Japan. Yeah, I thought he did. Ain't gonna lie, guys, it's lovely and toasty out here. I'm sitting at 22 degrees out in this filter shed at the moment. That's part of the reason why I got me koi t-shirt on. Chasing koi, knock knock to all. James, hope you're doing okay, sir. Pleasant surprise, just home from feeding the cows. Happy days, man. What have you got? You got farm yourself, or do you work as a herdsman or something like that, is it? I'm the guy from Florida, laugh out loud. But yeah, any other questions that want to come in? Anyone's got any ideas? If anyone wants to play a game or do anything like that, welcome for anyone's opinion. Like I said, I'm not staying on too late tonight because I have got an early start tomorrow, leaving at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. I'm well looking forward to it, but Mrs. Whisperer, she said 7 o'clock on a Sunday? You're mad! I said, well yeah, you worked that out by now, haven't you, sweetheart? I'll tell you what I've got to do as well. I'm going Southwest Koi tomorrow. Missed going today. Happy days, mate. Be nice to see you. Come over and say hello. Anyone else who is actually coming to tomorrow, Southwest Koi, don't be worried about coming over and saying hello to me. If I'm already speaking to someone, just crack on in there and just say hello, alright, or whatever it may be. Planning to get hold of everyone, really, or speak to everyone. You'll have to do some videos, James, of tomorrow. I will. So I'm planning to go up there a little bit early to get a little bit of content done to start with. Content throughout the day. I'm going live tomorrow as well to announce the winner of the £50 koi voucher that's up for grabs. You know, you can still win that voucher if you're not there. It doesn't mean that you have to be there. If you do win it, your name gets pulled tomorrow. I'm planning to go live at 12 o'clock to announce the winner of the £50 koi voucher. If you are going tomorrow, obviously there's a raffle taking place which is completely free of charge. Just have to write your name and number down if you're not going to stay past. We're going to, you know, do the raffle at 12:30. So if you're going to be there before, you get your ticket, but we're going to do the raffle 12:30ish. And then obviously if you're not going to be there, or you're leaving early, or whatever it may be, write your name down on the back of the ticket with your number, and any prizes that you won we'll send out to you. Ideally it'd be decent if you guys can stay when you're there, but it is what it is. Some people can't stay all day, some people need to go early, and 12 o'clock sort of midday, innit? So unfortunately, if you can't make it before 12:30 for any reasons, what it may be, then I can't really do anything. I can't really do anything more. I've sort of got to find a steady line to say, right, that's the time. I can't expect people to turn up, say 10 o'clock in the morning and wait until 3 o'clock in the afternoon for the raffle. Do you know what I mean? Paul, do you think you may end up buying a new fish? I'm hoping so. So it's my birthday coming up soon, and Mrs. Whisperer really wants to get me something. I mean, she's just happy I'm back. Like I'm here. Like, you know what I mean? I'm back. I'm not doing what I was doing. I'm not drinking all the time. I'm not gambling. I'm not doing all those things. I'm on the straight and narrow now. She's really happy, and she wants to treat me to a fish. She wants to get it for me birthday, and yeah, to be honest with you, I'm really buzzing for it. I don't deserve anything for what I've put her through, what she's been through. You know, I really want to treat her to something, if you know what I mean. But with the circumstances at the moment, my main intention really is to pay off all the debts that I've got. 42nd birthday. I don't look that rough, do I? I feel it, but I don't look it. Mate, we all slip up. Yeah, that's how it goes, isn't it? I mean, mine was the gambling what really put me in the hole. James, Mrs. Whisperer's buying you a goldfish. Yeah. That's brilliant, that is. That was for the darts match when I hit that bullseye last Saturday. When I hit that bullseye and she said about getting 2 fish, wasn't it? 2 £8 fish. What? You at the fishing, the big one next weekend? What's James saying? You at the fishing, the big one next weekend? I don't get what you mean. Crafty, have you still got my number? I haven't, Crafty, mate. So if you can get us hold of, obviously by changing my number down to reasons being, obviously I just wanted to start my life over again. You guys can imagine, by being in complete addiction like I was, my number was passed around to Tom, Dick and Harry. I had different people's number on my phone with obviously the drugs that I was using. I wanted to wipe that clean out of my plate. I didn't want no contacts that I had on there, and I didn't want people messaging me what I passed my number on to, so I wiped it clean. So at the time when I went into rehab to start with, I handed my phone in to my wife, and I didn't have my phone for a month, and she got rid of all of the numbers on my phone. She got me a new number. I didn't have time to select certain people whose number that I wanted to keep. I just wiped it all out. So yeah, if anyone would like to share me with their number back, the numbers that I have lost, the numbers that I did have contact with, if you can get us on my Instagram. My wife's running my Instagram at the moment, because sort of a safeguarding me as well, that the people that do contact me, she sees who they are first, and then she shows me who they are, and it's sort of doing me well that way as well. So obviously I know who you are, Crafty. She knows who you are. Give me the number, and then I'll be able to give you a holler like. Gaming channel, that's all he deserves. What? Even though I beat her at darts last week. James, sorry bud, my fingers are shit. There's a fishing show called The Big One next weekend. You going? Well, I didn't know that there was one on. If you'd like to, I'd be well keen to go. If you could get us on Instagram, let me know where it is, the location where it is. A lot of you don't know, but I don't drive myself. I don't have a driving licence. My eyesight's that bad, and I recently found out, I've been to the opticians this year. Yeah, if you can get us hold of on my Instagram, send me the location where it's to. But yeah, I recently found out that I've got they call it a squint, so I've got a wonky eye on one of the eyes when I turn my head a certain way. But what it is, I've actually got something wrong with my right eye, which is called Duane's syndrome. So I've got no movement. Like if I turn my head that way, my eye doesn't move this way. So when I'm shaving, I've got to use a mirror sort of thing like that. I've got the eye don't move, which I never knew that was a problem. But I've recently had my eyes tested after like 20 odd years or whatever it may be. And then, yeah, this eye's should have been picked up when I was younger, really. But I can never ever drive. I've got no vision out of this side of the eye. So, and this eye is naff because I haven't been wearing glasses. So any distance, the legal requirements to drive, to see the number plate, you got to be able to read it with a legal requirement from a certain distance. Well, where you're supposed to read the line of the vision, I'm like 3 lines above that and I still can't see it. So mine's like, you can't drive, son. I can drive, but I can't drive. Giacomo's night, mate. Got work in the morning. Get ready, watch Liverpool Cup. Fingers crossed tomorrow for the Rabbits £8 fish. Cheers, mate. Hope you have a good one tomorrow yourself. James, when you go in to Perfect Aquatics? Nothing planned yet. I shall go there at some point this year. I've got the whole season this year to do something. Obviously, by me not being, I've got right back into my carp fishing as well. So it's like one weekend's going to be carp fishing, one weekend's going to be koi orientated, something along those lines. And what I'm thinking this year as well, whenever I'm doing these visiting trips and seeing people and doing these different places where I'm going, it's not like obviously a quick like drive up, come back. There's got to be a bit of planning involved. Obviously my wife does all the driving, so I'm trying to kill 2 birds at 1 stone. So when I arrange to come somewhere like going up to see Crafty, I'm going to arrange like a sleepover somewhere in a Premier Inn or a bed and breakfast somewhere where me and the wife can go up and spend a bit of time together, and then the following day or during that day I can visit these other places. And I'm hoping to get my wife into a lot more of the shows, something that she's not been interested in as much as what I am, but she's gaining interest in it. I'm also trying this year to get her involved in the channel a little bit more, get her to come on and talk about me, talk about my addiction to the koi world, the hobby, how passionate I am about this hobby, how passionate I am about my pond, fish keeping, carp fishing, just to share from another point of view or another person's point of view, someone who's lived it, someone who's lived with me, about how passionate I am about everything I do and about how of a perfectionist I am when I'm doing something as well, because I do believe I take a lot of pride into the work that I sort of create, the work that I show you. I try my best as I can, and I believe, that's something that I really enjoy doing. I make sure your wife loves koi like I do. I'll make sure it's that. She does, like, in the summertime, don't get me wrong, in the summertime she loves sitting there on the side of the pond. I'll throw in a game of golf on the Venture Golf and a free lunch in a koi calf. You always make me laugh, Crafty. Top bloke. Just don't get Lee the Koi Soldier up there playing it as well. You never know where he might play his balls. I got to catch up with Lee as well. I haven't spoke to him for a while. Obviously I've lost his number. I've got to contact him again as well. But I am hoping to do a few more pond visits as well this year. Like I said, if I can fit a few things in on a certain weekend, obviously I'm well made up with my son liking carp fishing as well, so it's about me making time for him. Like this year, we both enjoy doing carp fishing the same, what we enjoy doing the koi hobby. So one weekend it's going to be like me and him going carp fishing, And when the better weather comes as well, the wife really wants to come. She wants to get her own little setup. So I'm intrigued to that, to get her on the bank with me. And I think by me building the grow on pond, I'm doing it for me, like, but I think I'm gonna let the wife and the kids have a lot more involvement of picking the fish, getting involved in the fish, and maybe having their own little project on the side, and it might get them into the hobby. So I'm planning to sort of try to show people that you can get into the hobby and get an enjoyment from it, from starting and not really knowing about it, because I'm going to do a little tour video of, obviously, my wife watched me build all of this pond. She's seen all of this pond, and I suppose in a way it's a bit like me going into the laundry room, knowing how to turn on the washing machine or load the dishwasher the correct way. I put my hands up. I ain't a professional at that. I try my best, but whenever I put the dishes in the dishwasher, I get whinged at about that I've done it wrong, or I've put this in the wrong way. Well, in effect, that's the same as if the wife comes into my filter shed or goes carp fishing. She don't have a clue. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I want to get her involved in the hobby a little bit more, to let her know what it is, even just by doing microscope scrapes and things like that, just to teach her to say, well, this is how you do this and this is how you do that, and just to get her involved in it and do stuff together. I need to learn fishing. I did fly fishing, I was shite. To be honest, fly fishing's the only one that I haven't done. Carp fishing's the one that you want to get into if you're going to try anything. What's your pond dimensions and window size? So the window's 5 foot in length, the pond's 15 foot in length by 5 foot deep, and I can't remember if it was 7 or 8 foot wide, something like that. 2,600 gallon. 6 foot wide, I believe. Is it 6? Can't remember. I'll have to get the tape measure back out to show you exactly. But it's all on the channel. If you want to go back and look on the channel, it's all on the channel. Come up on our grow and what's that, Crafty? Come up on our grow out at the end of April. You'll have to message us, Crafty, mate, because I purchased a ticket for, or is ticket still available, or is it just to see what you've got to sell off? I'm not up to speed with it because I haven't caught up on everyone's videos, to be fair, or I don't really know what's been happening or where it's at. You guys should try do things right, then we wouldn't moan. What does that mean, Lisa? You guys should try do things right, then we wouldn't moan. Looks amazing, thanks. Would you recommend the Burton drum? Would I recommend the Burton drum? You know, like I said in the video about on this channel, I only speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. My recommendations on this drum is that I've only ever owned this drum. I don't know what other drums are like, if they're better than this one, if they're not better than this one. But I can strongly say, hand on heart, that I've had no major issues with this drum. It's worked a dream, it's not let me down. I haven't replaced any of the pumps, I haven't replaced any of the parts. So, in theory, I would say, yeah, I would recommend it. I don't get paid to say that it's good. You know what I mean? Didn't have any discount when I bought it. I did get some free media for it. They give me a bit for the bio tank. But I spent nearly £5 with them. Do you know what I mean? And then I've shared their drum, their system, their filtration system on my channel. And apparently I spoke to a bloke called Andrew, which actually runs it. I'm not sure if he's the sales manager or a manager. And since I showed this and told people about it, that they've sold over 400 drums. Through me. Quoting through me. And I haven't profited or gained anything from it, apart from my intention is to help people, recommend people that it's a good drum. I've had no complaints with it, and if anything goes wrong with mine, I can ring them up and get parts within 24 hours, 48 hours, and it's delivered. But I can't comment on other companies, other dealers, what they can supply and what they can do. The only thing that I've had an issue with, and in theory it's nothing to do with the drum, because I had a UV light put in the side of the drum, and I've just got one of the terminals, and I don't know why, but one of the terminals there, which whatever I do, it just won't come on. I've got power to the plug, I've checked the fuse, there's something wrong with the terminal, whatever it's called. I've got the green light flashing on that one, and there's nothing on that one. And I don't know why. I've checked it all. I don't know if I can just replace that bit, or I have to buy the whole new system for it. What microscope, so where we're at? Paul Hutchinson, what microscope you using, bud? I need a new one. I hate squinting. Well, I think you find every single one that you do that you will squint. I did see, and I can't remember who it was. Who the hell was it? I did see something about if you've got a pair of glasses, you completely black out one side of your glass with keeping your eye open. It helps you focus on using your other eye. I don't know how true that works. You can close your eye, but if you completely black it out and keep your eye open, it works a treat. But the one I'm using at the moment, well, to be fair, I'm using two. But I'm using, don't know if you can see that. So what's the actual model? Does anyone else know the model of this that they can write down for me? Because I'm not sure. Is it like the same as the Apex ones, is it? Doesn't tell me the exact one what it is. But anyone know what this is called? James sent you a message on Instagram. Cheers, mate, I appreciate that. But I'm using that one at the moment. And this is the first one that I bought, if I can get him. Can't say that myself, but is it called a cholesterol, something like that? This one here is the digital screen one. So I had a bargain off this. This was like 400 quid. Well, I saw it on eBay. Look at all of that, look. I must have a spider up there, man. Fucking thing. Shit all down the back of it. I have to clean that off. That's my OCD kicking in. I don't like that. Yeah, so I had a bargain with this one. So it was on eBay. And there's like 400 quid new it was. I bid up. I put a bid in for 20 quid. No one else bid. I had to pay 15 quid postage on it. So 35 quid all in. Absolute bargain. That's the only thing I'm finding in this filter shed. The bloody spiders I'm getting. Shitting on everything. You wouldn't think a spider would shit, would you? Not to the extent of that. That's diarrhea to the maximum, man. Everyone's probably behind their cameras laughing their tits off, I expect, me cleaning spider shit. But yeah, to be fair with you, this one is really handy. If you're not very good with your eyes, like mine, you can get these which you can plug into the computer and you have to buy extra equipment, blah blah blah. But these ones here are really handy. If your eyesight's crap, you've got a digital screen. Can't turn it on, I haven't got it plugged in. But the only difference with this one's battery powered as well. So if you want to use it when you're out in the field, to be fair, I normally take this one if I go round to visit someone's house or people local to me. Even use tropical fish I help people out with as well. So like people where I go, a lot of my mates, I'm like, look, to start with, you're better off, you know, half an hour of drive, you know what I mean? If you come and pick me up, if you got an issue or a problem, you know that I got two microscopes. You're better off putting your money into better filter media, because that's the most important thing you can buy is media. It doesn't matter what else, other equipment that you use, the most important equipment to use is media. You know what I mean? That's what helps keep your water clarity that little bit better. You're better off when you're starting out. The money that it costs to get set up with pipe work, bits and pieces, is criminal down to a point, you know, without putting it out there. Just building a pond to start with is a complete money bag, innit? Do you know what I mean? Everyone's been there, the boys that you all in there, you all know what it's like just building a pond. If you put a glass window in, just putting the glass in is expensive. I highly recommend to someone to get a microscope later down the lines of keeping koi, but a couple of my mates that keep koi, you know, they've got, you know, normal ponds in the ground, which I really like, natural looking ponds. I really like that. That's how I started. I really get a good excitement from seeing a proper nice natural pond in the ground. It's probably, I rate that over my pond, to be fair, with natural plants growing and all those type of things. But the money it costs to get them to start with, you know, I said to me mates, no point, get it later down the line. You can borrow mine, or I can come up and see you. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, sharing's caring and all that lot. But yeah, to be honest with you, it's like anything you do, innit? If you're in the fishing world, one bloke will say this one's the best, one bloke will say that one's the best, one bloke will say something else is the best. Well, this is what I use, not that it's because it's the best, just what I bought, and I can't vote it. Which one do I prefer out of the two that I've got? Probably the digital one, because my eyesight's crap. And I get that same thing when I'm looking down it for too long. What I tend to do when I'm in, I do all of my scrapes in here. So this is the table, I use this as the table. I turn the light off so it's complete dark. I cover one eye completely, and then I just search with that eye. And that's the way I do it. What else we got in the comment section? Cured some DK Shuro. I was in Japan last week. We will be doing a grow out event with Lee Hadfield at the end of April. And will also be presenting. Love your setup, James. I've got OCD and your setup is clean and top notch. Cheers, mate. Sent you a message on Instagram. Cheers, James. James, after I figured out how it worked. Lisa, glad you agree. Paul, Lisa, a man has to agree with a woman, otherwise they would end up in the doghouse. Oh, Lisa. See, what the trick is, I ain't even know, I better not say. See, what I do, there's no trick. What I do, when Mrs. Whispers doing those type of comments or suggesting anything, sometimes, I don't know why, but it comes in through this one. I sort of listen to it on some things, this is, and then, I don't know why, but it sort of just goes straight out of there. I don't know why that happens, but it does sometimes. Generally when I'm like going to buy a new fish or something. But yeah, we got any other questions? Have I missed out on anything? I do apologise if I miss out on any questions. If you've got anything to ask me while I'm in here. Good to see you back, James, and thank you for your advice about the Burton drum. Good luck. Cheers, mate. Yeah, to be honest with you, the Burton drums I can't fault. They're banging. Lisa, James, I'm sure you hear her when she says, "Get to the bedroom," laughed out loud. You know I do. Too right I do. Especially if you just got out the shower. Ain't gonna lie. Get to your room, James. Like, Yes! The purpose of a man is to love her woman, and the purpose of a woman is to love her man. Tune. Even though I can't sing for shit. Handcuffs. Easy, tiger. But yeah, anyone got the time on them? I've got to shoot off in a minute, to be fair, because talking of bedrooms, I've got to go and see one. But yeah, I do apologise about me reading the comments. Sometimes I go a bit like, Scrag's still in the house, look. Happy days. Good night, James. Need an early night. Cheers, mate. Have a good one. So what time you guys going to get there, Scrags and Big Al? That's the hammer then, boy. So there's a couple of these t-shirts I got for tomorrow that's going up. Check out what's on the back. I haven't showed you that, have I? Can you guys see that? Don't know if you can. Got some stuff on the back as well, like, you know what I mean? Chris Taylor. Good night, James. Good night, Chris. Paul. Lisa, the trouble is with me, I am deaf in me left ear, and sometimes in me right too. I'm going down. Wicked. Should be around 11. Nice one. We're leaving at 7:30. Should be there for 10 o'clock. Happy days. Nice one. Nice and early. Likes an early bird. Tattoo man, night. Cheers, mate. Oh yeah, Tattoo man, if you're still on as well, I was meant to get hold of you as well some point today. So that window that you got, mate, just carry on and sell it, mate, because it's just gonna be too big for what I need. It's I've had the tape out and it's just too big, mate. So thank you very much for the offer. I know you said me to give you an offer on it, but it's just too big for what I need, mate, unfortunately. Else I would have loved to chuck it in there. But if you're still on, mate, just carry on and move it on. Night night, guys. My bed is waiting, and so is Ubby. Laugh out loud. Wink wink. You loves it, don't you, Lisa? I keep losing the signal, so I'm gonna hit the live off now. Hope you all have a good night. Hope to see you guys tomorrow if you are going to be there. On that note, guys, thanks for tuning in, and see you tomorrow. Be an absolute pleasure to meet some of you guys. So one more quick cup of tea. That's the hammer. Over and out. James Coy Whisperer. See you in the morning.